thing I want to do is a motorcycle giveaway. It's kind of funny because it just seems like everybody and their brothers giving away motorcycles nowadays on YouTube. And that's not, I've wanted to do it for a while. I'm not claiming to me I've wanted to do it before anybody else did, but it's been on the back burner of my mind for a minute now to do a motorcycle giveaway. But I know it's Chase on Two Wheels and Motonosity and Kyle Brotherson and Vroom Vroom Dana, and there's a lot of guys have done motorcycle giveaways. I mean, not a lot in the grand scheme of YouTube, but enough that I've taken notice that I'm like, holy crap, man, there are quite a few motorcycles being given away on YouTube these days. Now again, I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't trying to do it just a little bit differently. The way I want to do it is this. So I don't want there to be an entry fee. I don't want you to have to buy my merch or be a Patreon or anything like that to be able to win this bike. I don't want that. In fact, there's going to be rules against certain people entering the contest. I don't want to open this contest to just everybody. And I realize that I'm limiting myself in that regard just a little bit, but that's the way I want to do it, alright? So the bike is Jessica's old KLX 250, and if you've been watching the channel for any amount of time, you'll remember that was Jessica's first dirt bike, the KLX 250. It's a good dirt bike, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a way better street bike. It's a way better, dual sport than it is a dirt bike. It definitely errs on the side of street. But, we were using it as a dirt bike for a while, but now that she has the KX100 and we're eventually going to upgrade her to the Beta 300. Uh-oh. Am I about to bite off more than I can chew over here? No. Alright. Anyway, I've just had that KLX has just been kind of sitting in my garage. And it's not running right now, but it's not running because it's really broken. I'm sure the carb needs to be gone through. I'll need probably some new bearings, and I don't know, but the bike just needs to be gone through. Don't need to be rebuilt. But since we were primarily using it for off-road use, I would say it definitely needs an overhaul. I mean, the thing only has 2,000 miles on it, but, it's been in the water enough, and it's been off-road and full of sand and all this shit, and been sitting long enough that if I was going to give it away to somebody, especially for someone who's going to use it primarily as street transportation, I definitely want to... Oh, that was classy. I definitely want to put new wheel bearings in it, probably new neck bearings, and just kind of spruce it up a little bit, you know what I mean? And of course, get rid of those dirt tires, put some more street-oriented tires on it, and maybe put some new plastics on it. Yeah, not saying we're gonna go full fucking whole hog on the thing, but it'd be nice to make it look nice. Now, here's the person I want to give it away to, because there's a very specific person I want to give this bike away to. So I'm not sure if I'm going to open up this contest to just Florida, or if I'm going to do the entire United States, or exactly what I'm going to do. There's still a lot of stuff I don't know, including like the legalities of doing this as well. But basically, the rules for entering the contest is that you cannot already own a motorcycle. I want this bike to go to a first-time rider, somebody who has never owned a motorcycle or doesn't currently own a motorcycle and is a beginner, somebody who is dreaming about riding, over the age of 18, I'm sure, but who is dreaming about riding, and that this KLX 250 would just make a really, really good, honest, nice beginner bike for them to get them into the sport of riding. You put some street tires on it and change the gearing back to street gearing, and all of a sudden, you've got a good bike, man. The KLX 250, that's a good bike. It can do highway speeds, although you probably shouldn't do sustained highway speeds. And, if you want to spend the money on supermoto wheels, they make good supermotos. They've got upgraded, nice suspension. They've got inverted forks and adjustable forks, which is kind of rare on dual sport bikes anymore. So like I said, it's going to go to somebody who's never owned a motorcycle before. That's a stipulation for entering in the contest. I also want to give it away with a full set of gear. I want to, get a nice helmet, a jacket, gloves, riding pants, riding boots. I also want to have a voucher to take a motorcycle endorsement class and a motorcycle training class if there's one available in your area. So you're basically set up. Like, this is the whole package. Everything you need to start riding. That's what I would like to do. So how are people going to enter, and how am I going to tell that they don't already have a motorcycle? Well, that's going to work a little bit on the honest man principle. So basically the idea I had is that you have to make a video submission saying why you want the motorcycle, why you want to win. Now I'm definitely not saying that, making a really good video submission is going to get you higher in the running. I'm still going to do this by chance. But, it's so cool to make a cool video submission. Anyway, you make a video, upload it to YouTube, saying that, hey, I don't have a motorcycle, I want to be a rider, I want to win this KLX 250. And that will count as a submission. Whoa. Coming up hot, about to go over the other side. Shit. So the video submission is your entry, and then I will rebuild the bike. I'll probably make some videos of us doing all the stuff to it and getting ready to make a street bike, and then I'll take everybody who made a video submission and we'll do some sort of random drawing, and then someone will win the bike. And of course we'll deliver it, at which case if you were less than honest about whether you had a bike or not, or whether you were 18, well, things are going to get pretty awkward pretty fast. If I show up there with this bike and some cameras and you've already got a motorcycle, it's probably not going to go well for you. So that's what I mean by the honest man principle. So if there's no entry fee, and I'm not selling any merch to go along with this, how am I going to pay for this bike to be rebuilt? Because, it's not free. Well, there's a couple different things I've thought about. I've thought about making a Patreon push and making a video saying, like, hey, maybe you should go check out my Patreon. And by the way, huge thank you to the people who do support me on Patreon. You guys are the ones who make this shit happen. But thought about doing that, but I don't know. I don't know how well that's going to go because... Oh, nice stall right there at the top, dipshit. Because you aren't going to get anything special or any extra votes, or... Definitely don't want to go down that. Holy mackerel. I'm just getting myself into all sorts of trouble, aren't I? I think I can make it down this, though. Let's see. Just don't fall over that way. That'll go badly. What are you doing, Josh? This is probably a bad idea. I think I can make it under that as long as I don't clothesline myself on these fucking vines. Oh man, a handbrake would really come in handy right about now. Oh, jeez, there we go. Oh man. Okay, well, I made it down it. Where was I? Oh yeah, Patreon. I appreciate everybody who supports me on Patreon, but I don't feel comfortable. I don't have anything against anybody who does this, so don't take it that way. I'm not talking shit, but I just personally don't feel comfortable saying, yeah, if you support me on Patreon, that's gonna help you win, or that's how you get an entry, or anything like that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. So basically I'd be asking people to support me on Patreon, but just because they want to see somebody win a bike and all this gear. That's bound to get me less people doing it, but the people who I do get, I think will be a lot more quality. They'll be a lot more invested in the idea of like, hey, let's make a new biker. Let's make a biker. Yeah, the people who support me on Patreon now know the score. Like, you're doing it because you love the channel, not because you get anything super special. I mean, I do make updates that are Patreon exclusive. You guys know about stuff. Obviously, the Patreons know about stuff before it happens, and they get early release videos, and I go over ideas with them and stuff. But all in all, it's not like you're like, oh man, I'm a Patreon, so I get all these special perks. Because I didn't want to make it that way. I didn't want it to be that way. If you're a Patreon, we have a little closer relationship because I talk to you about where this channel's going and what we're doing and what I want to do, and I discuss big purchases on there. Like if I'm gonna spend some money on something, I'll talk about it on my Patreon. But I never wanted it to be this like big exclusive club. Oh, that probably holds me back. If I was smart, I'd make it a big exclusive club. But I'm a fucking idiot, so anyway, but that's just one idea of how to kind of make this build happen, or sponsor it, or whatever you want to call it, in order to get all the gear and give everything away and rebuild the bike and do that whole deal. One of the other ideas is to looks like people are making it over that, but it's probably not going to be me. So one of the other ideas is to get it sponsored. Maybe hit up a local dealership here. I've got a couple in mind, or maybe somebody online, some parts supplier, or somebody that has access to Kawasaki parts that they can get me, you know, at their cost, if they want to be a part of this and sponsor this build, and maybe talk to some of the gear manufacturers and see if they want to donate their gear to it. I think Speed and Strength works with a lot of people in that regard. I don't know. That's just another idea to get it sponsored. But basically what I want to do is I want to take somebody who doesn't have a bike or gear or anything like that, and I want to make them a motorcycle rider. I think that would be pretty fucking cool. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that something you would watch? Maybe rebuilding that old KLX and making it look nice and doing the whole deal. I don't know, man. I do feel like I'm biting on everybody's style a little bit when I do that, because that's like just exactly what Motonosity did. It's exactly what Chase on Two Wheels did, and then, you know, all the other people who are doing bike giveaways. And I don't want to bite on anybody's style, but I've got that bike. It's not worth a lot of money. It's, you know, it's worth maybe like $1,500, and I could certainly sell it for $1,500 and put that money towards something really cool, you know, or I could do something awesome with it. Ooh, yikes. I don't know about that one, boys. What do you say? That looks fucking gnarly. This one looks less gnarly, but there's a turn, so it could get fucking horrible for all I know. Like I'm about to go home. The last thing I need to be doing is fucking getting my... Oh yeah, it definitely got worse. Which way do I try? I'm gonna try going back up. Whew, I don't know if that was the right choice, but let's give it a whirl. Oh, shit. God damn it. I'm turned myself back around the wrong way. Fuck. Maybe that was a sign I wasn't supposed to go this way. Alright. This is why we need to replace the bearings on the KLX. It's because you fucking bury them in sand and pressure wash them off enough times, you need new bearings. Which way? It does look promising to get out that way, but we're going to turn this motherfucker around. Oh, that's full of ants too. Probably not Best thing to be hanging out next to. Fuck. Did it now, dipshit, didn't you? Alright. Which way? What would Barry Morris do? I'm a Patreon of Barry Morris. But I can't really ask his advice right now. Australia's pretty far away. Well, I'm facing this way. I might as well at least try to go down. Whoop. Okay. Maybe just back up the way I came? Is that an option? Maybe. Okay, this is what Barry Morris would do. So that is looking pretty like I'll totally fuck it up. Although I might be able to bulldog it up there. Barry Morris would do another pivot turn. I just think he looks for any excuse to do them. Oh, except he'd probably do his while he was on the bike. I'm not that cool. I'm gonna have to do mine off the bike. Oh, that was back the wrong way, Josh. Okay. Maybe it's telling me that's the easier way to pivot turn. Oh, well, it's facing the right way now, so there's that. God damn it. God, I suck at dirt bikes. I just insist on doing things I'm not good at. Okay. But first you don't succeed, try again. Or make funny YouTube videos of you failing at it. Like I do. Alright. It wasn't pretty, but I'm at least out of there, although that looks... I should be able to make it down there. Alright. Well, it's a little bit of a drop off there, but... Sure, not that bad. And I'm out. That only took forever. The fuck was I talking about? Oh God, I can't even remember where I was. So what happens when you try to vlog in hill sections? You just end up getting yourself in deep shit. One more. God damn it. What do you call that move, Josh? God, you fucking moron. This is where I just came from. Well, sort of a pivot turn. I'm getting there, all right? Don't give me a hard time. Oh shit. I'm gonna get myself into real trouble here sooner or later. I'm not sure how to get out of here. Maybe through here? Maybe. Gotta remember, when you loft your front wheel over a log, the back wheel has to have enough momentum to come with it. There we go. I think I'm out of it now. Maybe. There's more of this shit. It's like, oh God. Come on. Okay, am I getting worse or better down here? I don't know if this is better. There's a fucking mud pit at the bottom of this one. I don't even know if I can get to the other side. How am I gonna get over there? Maybe up here? Maybe this way? Ha! Think I've done it. Okay, I'm on the other side of the mud pit now. I love this about Croom. Every time I come out here, I ended up finding something I haven't seen before. I mean, I've seen hill sections, there's hill sections like that all over Croom, but I've never seen that particular one. Never been there. Probably won't find it again for another fucking year. Okay, I think I'm out of it now. So where was I? Giving a bike away, right? I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just always open to feedback on stuff like this. I know I don't get back to every single person who leaves a comment because, you know, I work a full-time job. I do respond to as many as I can, but I read every single one of them. So if you have suggestions or ideas for any of this stuff I'm talking about, hey, I'm more than happy to hear them. Anyway, if you've made it this far, don't forget to go ahead and leave a like on this video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Although I think most of the people who make it this far in my videos are definitely already subscribed. I really need to tell people to start liking them at the beginning of the video. Or something like that. God, I suck at YouTube. I suck at this. Like the video, it helps. Alright guys, we'll see you soon.